Right.
What about if I was to leave it here? Is that a good rested on the pectorials / man boobs?
What is? Oh, yeah. What is that? Is that one of those Albanian bags? Oh, right, okay.
One of these Mikeys in it. One of these Mikeys.
There's one of those Albanian strap bags, the lads wear from Albania.
Yeah.
But it's not. It isn't. It is
for
not.
one of those strap bags to hold my mic.
You know what? That's not a bad use of it. I'll be honest with you. It's not a bad use at all. But to answer your previous question, by the way, it's a new top, isn't it? Yeah, boy.
Nice. Represent.
Vinted.
In with the new. Yep. In with the new. Brad, new year, new gear.
You know how it is. You know what's funny though, right? This brand, right, is called Nautica, yeah? And I was watching, I don't know, obviously you like Friends. Do you remember an episode where Rachel has a birthday party and both of her parents are split into the two rooms?
Yes.
Remember, like, you probably won't, but her dad came in with this like red and like yellow coat or something like that. And it's called Nautica, basically. And I went on Vinted just to have a look. And I saw this and I was like, oh, fucking right, get in. I thought it was like waterproof, but it isn't waterproof. It's like a cloth material. Either way, it doesn't matter.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nice. It's all right.
Keeps you warm. That's the main thing.
Well, kind of. And plus the heat.
Warmish. If the heating's on, then you're definitely warm.
Definitely warm, yes. I can feel it in my ears, man. Shit, my ears are fucking burning. Fuck me.
That's good, bro. That's good. I'm glad you can feel it. But,
bro,
other than that, how you been?
Congratulations. Nah, forget all that stuff, man. Congratulations are in order and, a brand new addition to the family. So, we just have to explain to people that's why we haven't been on. Yes.
Mini Rickies.
Mini Rickies,
Mini and many.
yes.
Mini and many
yes.
Rickies. Nah,
I was going to say, you could change that to many Rickies now, right? Yeah, that's
Rickies,
probably
mini
the way.
Rickies, whichever way.
Love it.
You know what I mean?
Love it.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the love.
Well, congrats, though, and obviously you've been on your paternity leave from the podcast. So
I have been, yeah, exactly. That's why.
Yeah, so unfortunately, you haven't been paid. So it's one of those situations.
Fine. I still took the 2 weeks off. You know, what I mean, we're needed. So it's nice.
Tax avoidance.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Well, I'll probably get paid more now that I didn't get paid because of the way my bank account works.
Yes, the interest and all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, honestly, man, congratulations.
Thank you. It's your turn soon, Keys. Let's start.
Well, we started.
Well, I don't mean start the activity. I mean start with the whole intent of somewhere.
Yes, no, you're
the activity is like riding a bike. You never forget it. It's just
never forget it. Well, yeah, it's sometimes bumpy.
My brother listens to this, right?
Divorce.
Maybe text him and say, "Don't listen to this episode."
Not this particular one, no, not this particular one.
Tell him it's a bit. The mics didn't work till about 15 minutes in.
Yeah, what you thought you heard, you didn't actually hear because the mics broke up halfway through.
Poor mics. Well, if you're making jokes like that, I was about to make a joke, but you can make jokes like that. I won't. I was going to say start.
Yes, with the head dive. Yes,
just leave it there.
I know what you mean. Off the diving board, straight in there. 2 feet, hand foot, whatever, whichever way. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It does not matter at all. Oh, wait. Ricky is frozen. It looks like right now. I know you can't see the screen, but it looks like Ricky's about to blow me a kiss right now, but because he is frozen. Yes. Yeah, there we go. There he is. Yeah, I know you can hear me, but visuals.
The conversation we had.
But visuals, I couldn't. You just froze there for a second.
But could you hear me?
I could hear you a little bit.
Oh, right. Okay. So good. Just to clarify, no kisses.
No, definitely not. No. Virtual, but that's where we leave it.
Not even virtual.
Yeah,
virtual. We'll leave it.
Yeah.
Just.
We'll see. Virtual hugs. Okay. As long as people can hear that. But there he goes.
The hands like that. You're frozen.
It's all right. It's. I think we're definitely gonna get through this.
That's not great.
No.
I think we probably jinxed it. So if your brother-in-law doesn't get to listen to it, definitely mic issues.
Yeah, that's all it was. That's all it was from the beginning. What are you talking about? We've never had any other issues. But I think we definitely will get through this podcast. We will get through this podcast at some point in the evening. It happens. It's just the way it is. Just the way it is. So
that's what we do.
So yeah, Rick, obviously because you have your hands twice as full now, so we'll try to keep it as short as possible for the listeners and for ourselves as well. Yes. And
more for me, really, isn't it? But the listeners can benefit from it as well.
Absolutely.
While they're going on their journeys during these holiday seasons.
Yes, whilst they're returning back home, and go to work, people, go to work. All right, but but obviously, you've had a decent couple of weeks in terms of the football as well. So happy days. Oh wait, frozen again. But we'll get through this. We will definitely get through this at some point.
The office has turned into a room as what was intended for, but when we were a family of smaller Rickies and
yes, mini Rickies, love it,
we were able to use it into an office. Now it needs to serve its original purpose of being a bedroom.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
Not there anymore. I have, as you can. Well, you can't see, can you? Because I've got the background.
Yeah, you've always got that background
in the office.
It's always light where you are. I don't understand how that works.
And I'm just constantly traveling, so I've never seen sunset.
You've never seen the darkness in time, man. Like I love it. You are the white knight. I love it.
Literally.
You are the day night. That's what it is.
My internet's all right. It's not great, but it's all right. So but anyway, let's get through it. It's what we do.
We're going to get through it, Rick. It doesn't matter. If we freeze, I'll thaw you, and then we'll get back onto it. But before we actually get into some football, right? I wanted to say real quick: have you seen the new Transformers yet? Rise of the Beast.
Yes.
Have you actually seen the brand new one?
Yes.
That's come out this year.
Obviously, the new main actor, isn't it? It's not Mark Wahlberg anymore.
Yes.
Yeah. The new guy. Yes. I think yes.
With it was Noah Diaz, isn't the Puerto Rican guy?
Yes. I have seen it.
I'm halfway through it, right? And what did you think of it?
Shite.
You didn't like it?
I'll be honest with you. I like parts of it. It's a long time since I watched it. I like parts of it but then again, that's my fanboy since I watched Transformers from the beginning. Yeah. Megan Fox, the Chimera, the cars. One of my favorite Transformers, and one of the greatest scenes was the one where he flies to County Durham. I think it's with Mark Wahlberg. Age of Extinction, I believe it's called. And what's his name? Hopkins. Anthony Hopkins is in it as well. And it's like Merlin had the staff, and then they shot in Newcastle. They did this. I don't know why I said Newcastle. Where the hell am I from? Shot in Newcastle. Where the fuck am I from? That reminds me of our mutual friend. Remember our mutual friend used to say, "Hey guys, we're going to Newcastle."
Newcastle? No, we're not. We're going to Newcastle, and that's it. That's where it is. It's Newcastle. No, I think. It's Frozen again, man. Frozen again. I don't think he wants us to do it in 2024. Oh shit, there he is, the man in darkness. I love it. But no, sorry. But whilst you're moving to another position, to another location,
just I've just gone past the equator.
Yeah, there it is. It was still light though. I love it. Oh shit, it looks like you nearly fell there for a second. It looks like
turbulence.
Well, speaking of turbulence, I was just about to say I think the bad signal could be because of the storm that we're having in the UK at the moment. We're having some crazy winds again. I know I'm in North London, but I'm sure you're getting the same weather, right? Like,
yeah, really bad. I had to put a cover. I was thinking about putting a cover over the car actually, and I was like, nah, I'm not one of those guys.
Nah,
it's
not
fine.
yet.
It's
not
metal.
Yet.
It's fine. Not yet.
It's only the Bugatti.
To wake up in the morning and trees falling on it. Yeah. Oh yeah, the Bugatti.
It's only the Bugatti.
I had to put that in the garage.
Come on, bro.
I had to be in the garage.
Oh, you put that in the garage. You've only got the Ferrari out this time. Love it. The convertible, yeah. Put the top on, man.
I was like, I have to at least put the top on. Damn leaves.
Brilliant. But no, so obviously that's probably why we're having the.
Go on, what are you thinking of Transformers?
Yeah, so I'm only halfway through, but I quite enjoyed it more, and it fits more with the original Transformers. The first one in 2007.
Yeah.
It fits more with that sort of like humor and the way that it's shot. Because I didn't like any of the Last Night or Age of Extinction. I didn't really care for the Mark Wahlberg movies. I'll be honest with you. I didn't really. It was just like meh, whatever. But this one, they've sort of like recaptured that original magic, but with obviously a little bit more, contemporary, a little bit more modern, if you will.
No. I agree with you. It was part of it, but for me, but you're halfway through. I can't really talk too much about it.
Yeah, no, that's
only
fine.
halfway through, so I guess we'll catch up. But let's move on to another film quickly. The one that you recommended on the group chat, and I think I've seen it all over Netflix, is Leave the World Behind or something.
Yes.
What did you think of it?
Okay.
You go first, bro.
I'll go first. I love anything to do with like apocalypse or world-ending movies. I love it. Like honestly, I just can't get enough of them. It's a bit morbid if you ask me, because what the fuck?
What's wrong with
you? Yeah, exactly. But I really enjoyed that movie because, again, even though it was about like the end of the world, but it concentrated more on like on human behavior and relationships. Definitely. And the ending, spoiler for everyone, by the way, because it is out. No, see, you still
I didn't like it. I literally saw the ending. It was awful.
I get what you mean.
The guy, when they're in there, again, spoiler alert, and if you haven't seen it by now, it's been out 6 weeks now, so it's your
so get over it,
now. Yeah, get over it. But they have that conversation when they go to get the medicine, right? And they go, there's a program, there's 3 stages. If 1 and 2 are done correctly, stage 3 happens by itself. Yeah. And I was like, oh, fucking hell, where's this leading? Whoa, where's this going? And then it shows you the girl breaks in, and I'm like, all right, stupid girl, why would you do that?
Yeah, why would you break it? It keeps you tense, though, doesn't it?
Yeah,
keeps you tense.
Like, what's happening? Oh, what's going to go on? What's going to happen to this little girl? And then it just ends with that episode, and I was like, fuck, all the way through the movie, though, I kept saying to this girl, just get over it, bruv. Like, I want to watch the last episode. Just look what's happening around you. Mommy, I want to watch the last episode. Teslas are crashing into Teslas, bro. There's no drivers.
I like that. I genuinely like that. Okay, so the ending for me, because, like, obviously watching the full movie, the ending for me, it was probably the only ending that could have made sense because it was like throughout the movie you never really saw much about like a war or a potential war or potential like, you know, taking over of the United States. So it just feels like that was probably the only way it could end and keep it somewhat original. Do you know what I mean? Because if it ended with like, oh, soldiers rushed in, like Russians or Iranians or Chinese, whatever they were supposedly, it just would have been like, okay, well, you know. So just I think, one. Yeah, I get what you said.
I was hoping he was going to lead. I'll be honest with you, I wanted another one. I thought he was going to leave on a lead cliffhanger, next one coming. And I don't know whether there is one, because there is something called Civil War coming out on Netflix, I think it is. I don't know if that's part of it. I don't know if that links to it. Do you see what I mean?
Dude, I swear to God, right, I cannot wait for that movie to come out. Like, I cannot wait.
So excited to see that film.
Super excited.
I'm hoping it links in. I don't know why I'm hoping it, but because like you, I like these, like you say, these world-ending, apocalypse, zombies, virus, something happening to the world. Something's going to happen. You must. All ends, death, destruction. Okay. Oh, you're right. Let's stop talking about it. No, but
this is what I mean, though. Like with the ending of Leave the World Behind, because they could have just as easily ended it with like, oh, massive nukes dropped everywhere and everyone died. But again, it still leaves the door open a little bit for a potential second movie. But now that movie was based from a novel, and even the author came out. The original author came out, and he even said that the way that the movie ended was probably the only way it could end without it going into the destruction of the world. But going back to Civil War real quick, by the way, like I will say this, in 2016, when I lived in Canada, that's where I decided in my brain, I was like, oh shit, I want to write movies and I want to write a TV show. And I just got addicted to The Walking Dead at that point. So again, apocalypse, zombie ending, right? So I wrote a script called, and I mean, when I say wrote a script, I mean like a 63 page script called Independence Breach.
Love that.
I'm not even joking, right? Independence Breach, and basically it starts off with the American president at that, like whoever I made up at that time, just got sworn in, but then the president gets assassinated, and then the United States gets taken over by this mysterious sort of like force. That's not even a lie, by the way. I've actually got time stamped on that script. Not even making that up. But so for me, I wanted to create like a TV show about it. And then Leave the World Behind came out. I obviously watched it and I was like, oh shit, that is quite good. Like it gave me so much inspiration. And then a week later, I saw the trailer for Civil War and I was like, fucking hell, I give up now. Like, you know what I mean? What is
somebody
going on?
My computer?
Literally. I haven't, oh man, I need to like, you know, security on this needs to be better.
I need to.
So that's why I'm looking forward to it so much, because it's just, but again, for Civil War, so they've based it on like a modern day 1812 Civil War that America had way back when. So they've made it a bit more modernized. Again, looking forward to it. But yeah, just like super excited about that one. But yeah, Leave the World Behind. I got to say, I thought that was probably the perfect ending, because I like the way it linked with Friends at the end. You know what I mean? It was just that. It was just that. And I can't believe they got the rights for it, by the way. So. So it was really good.
I enjoyed the film. Like I said, I don't know how else it could have ended. I don't know what it would have gone, but yeah, the ending. I felt like as if I was on the edge all the time.
Yes.
And then but yeah, I suppose you make a good point on the way end. I don't know how else it could end without being another cliche of like all other movies of just like, okay, there's the army, there's the nukes, there's destruction.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
I get what you're saying with that, but.
So he left a bit.
I like the character, the actor. Sorry, the black guy. What's his name? I forgot his name.
Marsala Ali.
Yeah,
that's the guy. Yeah, Marsala Ali. Yeah.
I think I the group chat I talked about where he's a musician and he's going across the south, and an Italian from Brooklyn is kind of his driver / bodyguard. And he experiences racism and so on. And he's an incredible actor. Really.
I thought so as well. I thought it was really good. Even like, what was it? Ethan Hawke. I like him as well. And who was the Kevin Bacon, the guy, obviously who they got to see?
The weirdo.
I thought oh my God, that scene. That scene was so tense, by the way. Like I was like, oh my God, is he going to shoot him in the face?
I was expecting it to go the other way. I thought, do you know when he said, I'm going to look after my own, you do you? And all he kept thinking was his daughter saying, Dad, like, why are we living in the basement of our own house? And I felt like, is he going to switch here now and be like, actually, do you know what? You and your family do your own thing because I got to look after my own. My wife, again, spoiler alert, but if you haven't seen it, it's been 6 to 8 weeks now. So
exactly. Go watch it, please.
Go watch it. But I was expecting that. And then, like I say to you, that little piece of dialogue that they had between each other about stage 1, stage 2, and 3, I was like, wow. Yeah. It was gripping. I'll be honest with you. It was great. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
That was really good.
Go back to the ending.
Well, yeah, no, the ending.
I'm looking at it in a different light now, but I might have to think a bit more when I come off air. I'll be like, let me look at it. Okay, maybe I suppose that's it.
I was going to say, I mean, it's just if the army came in and then they sort of, they showed us who everyone was, like who was taking over. Yeah, fair enough. It still would have been a satisfying ending. But this way, again, it just leaves a little bit more to the imagination. Like, is it them or is it, like you said, like Civil War style where it's the American government doing this to its own people? So it's really gripping is exactly the word that I was looking for, by the way. That's the word, gripping. But yeah, look, can we talk about something else? Let's move on to a little bit of football, because for you, obviously, aside from the new edition, you've had a great couple of games
in football sense. Yeah, we've had a couple of two good games. The game, who did we get beat by? Wolves. We got beat by Wolves Christmas Eve?
Yes.
Yeah, Christmas Eve we got beat by Wolves, which was really, really disappointing. Awful football. We talked about that point even in the group chat where Raheem should have squared the ball across, especially knowing how much we're struggling as a team and scoring goals. You just guarantee a goal. Open goal is okay. You can't guarantee it because you think the other guy's going to miss, but it gives you a greater chance of scoring at an open goal rather than trying to take a shot at the keeper while you're running at full speed. So I was disappointed with that. But then, we took a win against Crystal Palace, and another win against Luton. Luton won.
Again, another good game from Luton, by the way.
Great game from Luton, but we allowed him in. How are you 3-0 up and then struck, and then you end up... I think Thiago even told the guy, Thiago Silva was like at the cameraman toward the end of the game, said, just give me some time, please. He was not happy. No. Because these defenders get a bonus. What is it? Clean sheet bonus. And you've conceded 2 goals. It was just poor defending, really poor defending. All of them, to be fair. I can't really blame 1 or 2. It's like all of them put really, really poor defending. And then going forward, all 3 games, we talk about this guy all the time, but Jackson, bro, like, fucking hell.
I'm surprised he's still getting that starting call up.
He's been called up to the Senegal national team, and I think, based on what? Like, how bad must your other options be for you to call this guy up?
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Option or something, like he goes there and he just doesn't even play or nothing happened. But
I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised as a sub.
It's not been great. It's not, but it's been great in the sense of getting the 6 points out of those 2 games. But I was expecting 9. But anyway, I'll take 6. Better than a kick in the teeth. But then you guys, moving on quickly to you guys, is going on.
Oof.
What is going on? I know you want to chat about the decision, but
I don't even want to. Yeah, go on.
Do you remember that guy?
Toulalon.
Yeah. He plays a Toulon. That guy. Never mind that guy. The decision, obviously, was he in, was it out, and so on. That's okay. But then you had like 30-something touches inside the box. Yeah. And it was like, that is the record in itself, wasn't it? Like, without scoring 30-something.
34 touches in the opposition box, and absolutely just nothing came from it. And I think we were talking about the end of the world at the beginning of the pod. I think I think zombies were playing for us, to be honest with you, because it was such a disappointment. Look, I think what is it, 4 points or 5 points or something from the last however many games, and it's I think we literally shot ourselves in the foot, and it kind of, we tripped ourselves over, really, didn't we? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like we laid out a trap for someone, and then we fell over that trap, and it's like it's Home Alone but reversed. Yeah. So if Kevin set up the traps and then he went through them himself, but it hasn't been good at all. And obviously, look, in terms of the decision, you saw it. I'm sure you've seen it, and I'm sure people out there have seen it. And
by the way, sorry, slight correction. You've only got 4 points from your last 5.
That's it. Yeah, 4 points out of the last 5 games. Yeah, that is terrible. So we've dropped what? 14,
I didn't know you were that bad. To be fair,
we've dropped 14 points. We've dropped 14 points in those games. Do you know what I mean? It could have been 18, right? 5 games, 3 points, 18 points, right?
15. 6 games, 3 points, 15.
6 games.
I didn't know where you were going with 14 points. I was like, wait, what are you talking about? I literally didn't know where you were. I'm looking at it.
2024 has not started off well.
14 points.
We're 2 days in 2024, and I'm already like lost with my maths. But so okay, my bad. 11 points dropped.
11 points.
11 points dropped. That is just fucking terrible. Like there is no excuse for it. Like decision, not decision, whatever the hell you want to fucking pin it on. There is absolutely no excuse.
Yeah, the decision was on its own. If the game had finished 1-0, you'd be like, oh, we dropped 2 points there. Or we could have gained a point if it was poor refereeing. But you had 37 touches on the opposition's box, man.
Against West Ham, that was against West Ham, wasn't it? Yeah.
Against West Ham, against the Hammers. Because obviously against Fulham, you scored and you managed to play decent-ish, but they just, again, like I said to you, I think they got your number. I think what it is, mate, he's very much tactically, he's very much trying to use the wingers and then cross the ball in the box when it's as a last resort, but you just don't have the height, first of all.
Yeah.
And then you also don't have a clinical striker. Gabriel Jesus came on before and he says, I offer a lot to the team apart from goals or something. And I was like, bro, you've been brought in to score goals. Don't offer nothing else, just goals. And I get that, and I get what he does, and I see that Nicholas Jackson as a BTEC or an MVQ version of Jesus. Like, you know what I mean? If Jesus is kind of master degree level PhD, Nico Jackson is like a BTEC MVQ level 1 sort of thing.
Shit, man, honestly.
But I don't need him to do that. I just want him to score goals. Because, you've seen Nicholas Jackson at the beginning. Let's go back to the beginning of the season against Liverpool. He was running, you're like, he looks all right. He looks fairly strong. He looks all right. You're like, oh, he's got pace. And then you see him in front of goal, you're like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
And this is how I feel Arsenal fans think or feel regarding Gabriel Jesus. He's good on the wing, he holds the ball up, he brings in players, he invites players into the game, brings players into play, but then all of a sudden you're like, okay, now score. Because that goal, what was it, the header against West Ham? He should have scored that. That should have been in the back of the net.
Please.
That was a clean header. It doesn't get any cleaner than that, and he should have scored that. I was talking to one of my mates, and I was like, that should have been in. He was like, I agree 100%. He goes, we need a number 9.
We need to look at the way I look at Jesus now is I really see him better off in that Havertz role, in that sort of free roaming like Xhaka role. Do you know what I mean? But not come that far back, and that's where I see Jesus, and I think that's where he can cause more damage to the opposition because again, in front of goal, there was times in both matches, West Ham and Fulham, that the box was just empty. There was literally no one in the box. And as much as people rave on about Saka, right, I'm just going to have to lay some truth, okay? I'm going to have to lay some truth. I think he's, 3 goals in 12 matches?
Yeah, it's not a great return, is it?
That is not good enough. I'm sorry, bro. You can't vote someone as whoever voted it as the best winger in fucking UK or in England or Europe or whatever the hell it was, right? I can't see it. I do not see it. And I've said this to you before on the podcast. Like, I don't think I've spent any time on a podcast where I've raved on about Saka as much as other people have. You could probably vouch for that because I haven't. And again, my eyes do not deceive me. Right, his end product is shocking. Like, it's shocking from all 3 of them, from Martinelli, Jesus, and Saka. Right, it is diabolical. And then Eddie comes on, he doesn't fucking offer anything better. And then that's it. We ran out of options at that point. We've got no one else to come in. I love the
overhead that he tried against Fulham when the ball came back when he really should have laid it off to the guy in front. This is what I'm talking. This is why I hate sometimes footballers and the way kind of their selfish mentality. And I get you have to be selfish, especially in front of goal. But sometimes I wish Chelsea. I know. I assume you probably probably same for you and your team. Do you remember 2010 England versus Germany, and that German side where they were all for each other, where they were passing to a better player? Ozil could have had like
that
12 goals, I think.
Was madness.
He kept passing to somebody else who could score, tap it in a free goal, or empty goal. Sorry, not a free goal, but an empty goal. And I think that's how a team should play. Like, forget Barcelona, which was all their highs were amazing. They won everything. Obviously, that was incredible. But like as a team and not selfish, is that German 2010 World Cup team for Germany. Okay, they didn't win it, but it's just the way they played in front of goal. There was another player better in position. I'm going to pass to that guy to score it. And if that guy's marked, it just, everything was amazing. The decision making, the precision, everything was incredible. And that's what I feel sometimes with Chelsea. I want that to see that kind of badge, playing for the badge, not for the individual accolades, but more like, let's get these 3 points, let's get these 3 points. And whereas with you guys, last year you guys were doing that, you were playing, but you had everybody scoring, Martinelli scoring, Saka scoring, Odegaard chipping in with goals, Xhaka was scoring, and obviously you got rid of him, brought Havertz in, who's probably got 2 in 70 games. Because he was a really goal scorer at Chelsea, so I genuinely don't know. I know I sang his praise, but I had to. He was one of mine. He's like as if he's your own child. And
he's your own boy, yeah.
Goes somewhere else, you're like, you know what? He's no longer a little Ricky, so he can fuck off.
Yeah, no, that's
he's become a Larry now, so fuck him.
I agree. I mean, with obviously the way when you mentioned the German team and you mentioned Ozil and the midfield that they had, I think that's the problem that we're having at the moment. There's too much being put on, like, for example, for Arsenal, there's been too much put on Rice. Oh, you need to drop back in defence when Zinchenko leaves, for example. When Zinchenko ventures forward, you need to drop back. And again, that scene, what was it, 5 Liverpool players against Rice? And I know Trent missed it, but I'm just saying, like, again, that's too much.
Bro. That could have been different.
It could have been different. It could have been totally different. But again, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter for Liverpool because they're still 5 points ahead of us. So, they're laughing either way. But my point is, you can't rely too much on one player, for example. Like Rice can be a midfielder, but then again, you need him to run forward and make forward passes. And when he drops back, we have no other options. As much as I like Odegaard, he's not strong enough to make those Rice runs.
No.
He can be tricky and like get out of little tricky situations. But that's it. Like, that's it. He needs that support. And again, Saka's he's not giving him the support. Ben White is not offering that sort of overlap run anymore. You know what I mean? And then that's the right side. And then you go to the left side. Zinchenko, fuck knows what his position is anymore. Martinelli, like, he just sort of puts his head down and runs towards the byline. And fair enough, sometimes it'll come through for a goal, Odegaard running or Havertz on a late run or whatever. But again, it's just nothing's worked. Trossard, you can't even fucking. I can't remember the last time Trossard actually made a decent corner. Like, I don't remember it. He was wasteful against West Ham, wasteful, and you know what I mean. And he came on against Fulham, he did nothing. Jesus did nothing. So again, the problem that we're having is, and I've said this on our group as well, that the problem is that again we've got the strong core 11. But the main issue with that is that you can't win a title with the core main 11. You just can't do it. Like, you look at Liverpool, my God, man. Just taking last night's game, as we record this, last night's game. Wow. Like, again, you thought Newcastle were going to come back, they were going to put up a decent fight, but then Klopp made changes. And literally, what did I say in the group? Jota's coming on, and this guy is going to win it. Yeah. And he did. Whether it was the right decisions or not, again, we'll discuss that a bit later on. But I'm just saying, like, the options that Liverpool and Klopp have, it's incredible, especially up front. It is incredible.
Yeah, that's what wins you titles, isn't it?
Exactly.
You need a squad, not an 11, because once in one injury or one player misperforming, and I think for you guys, is that crying out for help for Saka as well. Like, rest Saka. He's exhausted. But you need to rest Declan Rice. I think he's played every game as well, hasn't he?
Every single game, yeah.
Every single game. 2 games, he made a mistake when he made it 2-0 to put the game to bed against West Ham, and against Fulham. To be honest, I didn't see much of him. He had a really poor game. As much as I watched that game, he had quite a poor game, Declan Rice. I think Palhinha kind of got in touch. I know, but that's the thing. I think you guys rely on him to kind of give to Odegaard for Odegaard then to do his creative stuff, or allow Odegaard to be creative because Declan Rice is behind me. If I lose it, Dec's got it. And it just felt like against Fulham, you didn't have that. And Fulham were clinical as well. Those goals, they were just like
they didn't waste
their chances. Whereas you guys,
again, pops up.
I took the
my
fantasy team as well.
He got a red card, though, didn't he? That's why, I did exactly the same thing because he got the red card.
Got rid of him and he went and scored. Got took Isak off, and he had scored a goal. I was like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Please put him back on.
I'm having a nightmare with my fantasy team at the minute. But
same,
anyway.
but I mean, obviously, we're just thinking. But the thing is, we're thinking too much about our own teams. And again, for me especially, is like, do I put in my player like a Rice or an Odegaard? But then I know that chances are they're not going to perform to the level where they're gonna do something. And again, you're absolutely right. This is what I'm saying as well. Like with Rice, if he's not in that sort of holding midfield, he's helping out in defense, but he's not good there. We don't want him there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we need him further up, and we need him to support our two other midfielders in Havertz when he plays and Odegaard. But yeah, it's been.
Well, you've got Liverpool coming up in the FA Cup next.
I think that's a loss. I don't see any other way, apart from a loss, because.
Really think you're gonna?
Oh yeah, I think so. And it's not even just me being cynical about it. It's, again, just judging from what I've seen so far and historically speaking, as an Arsenal fan, this is what we do. This is exactly what we do when we have no options. And for me, it's this January is make or break for Arteta. I know people are going to be listening to it like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like, I know, but again, let's just get serious. It's been 5 years. He's won one FA Cup. Okay, he's got us back in the Champions League. What a trophy, mate. Do you know what I mean? What a trophy. Where's the trophy at? Where's that?
Yeah, you very quickly then start having that Spurs mentality of like, we're in the Champions League.
I don't care for that. That's not good enough. Of course. That is not good enough.
And to be fair, finishing second last year, like he really needed to get backed. And in a way, he did get backed. Havertz, 65 million for Havertz and so on and so forth. Maybe just wasteful spending by him. Because I'll be honest with you, 65 million for Havertz, we were rubbing our hands when you guys came in for 65 million. So we were like, take him.
Yeah.
Absolutely take him. He's calm. You can have him. His quality is calm.
Yeah. I mean, you can see some quality in him for sure, but again, nowhere near consistent enough. I don't think he's a
Premier League player, bro. I don't think he's too calm. He's too like relaxed. In the Premier League, you need to have a bit more energy, and you need that energy over the 5-6 yards. He seems to be quite chilled, quite a bit like Ozil without the Ozil quality.
Yeah.
And you're like, come on, bro. Like you need to pull your socks.
Show me, you need to show me more here. Yeah, absolutely.
He's playing that Xhaka role, but Xhaka was up and down. Xhaka was aggressive. And sometimes was over aggressive.
It was an engine.
He was, exactly, and that's what you needed. And at the minute, you just don't have that. Because Xhaka sometimes would do the overlapping for Martinelli when Zinchenko was cutting him in midfield. Havertz just stays in midfield. Not in midfield, sorry. When he cuts inside in the middle of the park, Zinchenko. And Martinelli stays, what's his name again? Havertz stays there. Yeah. Whereas Martinelli then is isolated out. Two against one, he can't do nothing, just crosses it in. And that's what's happened, I think, past two games. They did to you what Newcastle did last year where they drew 0-0. Do you know if you remember? I said to you, they kind of like they knew you were going to overload the left and the right with Saka and Martinelli and Odegaard supporting and Xhaka, so they just made sure they had two defenders there. Yeah. West Ham did the same with Ben Rahman, I think his name is. Ben Rahman, who came in for Pauletta. And yeah, man, they were on it. And same for Fulham. Fulham were on it. I think that guy, who was the left back for Fulham, he looked good. He looked good against Saka. He looks very good. I forgot his name now.
Yeah, because Saka. Oh, it was Robinson, tired. Wasn't it? It was,
Robinson. That's it.
Robinson, the American.
I think Saka's tired. I genuinely think he's just tired. I think he needs a rest. Yeah. But also, the manager needs to help the players out. A different tactic. You might need another big number 9 to do sometimes long balls. Keep the defense.
Well, that's what they were trying to do, obviously. But again, there's no one in the box for them to do anything. And not just in height, but just no one. Yeah, but not even just in height, but just nowhere near the box. Do you know what I mean? And then relying too much on that sort of like on that long ball from Martinelli to. Hopefully get Saka and then Saka to do some trickery. But then you're right, like, you can't rely on players. And again, January, now that the transfer window is opened, this is it. If he doesn't not just spend, but doesn't spend wisely in this window, he can genuinely just kiss the top 4 goodbye because Tottenham, as much as I've been talking shit about them, right? And again, I'll always talk shit about them because they do not perform well, but they're getting results. That's all that fucking matters at the end of the day. Yeah, exactly.
And they've got what was it? 2 injuries to their back 4. Because when they had their back 4, apart from that Chelsea game, they were top of the league. They were getting points. They were scoring.
Yeah, I mean, look, again, like I said, I will maintain that they are not playing excellent football. However, they are getting results because they've got the people to change. They've got people to come in. Do you know what I mean? They've got options to come in.
Yeah.
That is it. That's it. Like obviously, let's not even mention City. They've got two fucking squads. Do you know what I mean? They've literally got 2 teams to come on. And they're like, all right, cool. Well, you're tired. All right, come off, mate. Let's bring someone else in. Done. They slot in there properly. You can't win with the core 11. Like this isn't the fucking 80s and 90s where it's like, the plucky underdogs and everyone got injured, but they won the league. Nah. You've got money, right? Spend the money wisely. Spend it wisely. Again, Zinchenko did well for us to get us to second. Jesus did well for us last season to get us to second. That's it. That's unfortunately, that's all they can be now. And again, the fact that one of the best, if not the best manager in the world right now, got rid of them two and was happy to let them go to a rival team. That's got to tell you something. Like, you know, Arteta, he's worked on the Pep, and again now he should be thinking, that bastard fucking stitched me up. That prick stitched me up. And again, that's what it feels like, because they're not offering anything else. And it's like they've literally just hit a barrier and that's it. They can't go any further than that. It's time to change. It is absolutely time to change. Martinelli, as much as I really rate him and I really like him, I think he can be fantastic. But again, when you don't have competition for your position, guess what?
You're going to get complacent, can't you?
Yeah, you're going to get complacent. Of course you are. And Trossard, again, he did well for us at the beginning of the season. You know, when we brought him in, he scored a few goals, had a lot of assists. Brilliant. But then again, he has hit that ceiling now. And that's it. That's all he can be. He is genuinely just a guy to come off the bench. He's not a starter anymore. He's not a main 11. And so yeah, for me, I think January, like it's vital.
So who are you hoping to see in then? So obviously, like you mentioned, vital and needed to spend the money. Bearing in mind the inflated prices now, yeah, and competing against Chelsea, because that seems to be our transfer policy. Whoever Arsenal wants to just go in and make sure you just offer more money. I really, really hope, by the way, can I just get this out there? I hope we just get a striker. I put on the group chat, we seem to be linked with X amount of defenders who are 19 and 21 and something. And I'm like, is nobody looking at the game and just going like, we're struggling to score, but that's fine. Let's bring 20 defenders in.
Yeah.
No, but we need, ignore your 20 defenders. Bring it. There's enough defenders there. Yeah. There is literally enough defenders there. There's let's say he's due to come back. Chilwell, Cucurella left back. So there's 2 of them there. The new Prison Break, the guy that I'm put on the group chat when he played against Luton and he did that tackle. I forgot his name, but I called him Prison Break.
Is it Gusto?
No, not Gusto. The other guy, the white guy, he literally looked like this short haircut, full on. Oh, I forgot his name. He came on. He was a young kid from the academy, a graduate from the academy. Oh, what is his name?
I'm going to find it. You'll find it.
This is embarrassing as a Chelsea fan. But no, so yeah, basically we don't need any more defenders. Now I want, who do you hope to come in? Like obviously, yes, an attacker, but who, for example?
I think, look, it's obviously going to be tricky to get anyone who's half decent from a half decent team in mid-season, because obviously, you know, let's say you're looking at, I think there's that Victor Boniface from is it Leverkusen?
Yeah, they're going to let him go.
I'm just my point exactly.
Everybody seems to want that guy.
This is what I'm saying. Like again, he's just an example, and it proves my point where fucking Xabi Alonso ain't going to let him go. Like it's impossible for him to go
unless you go over 100 mil, 100.
Which is crazy. Which is absolutely crazy. I'll be honest with you. In January, to spend that sort of money for a player who's had half a good half a good season. Do you know what I mean? It's not worth it. And to bring someone in like an Ivan Toney, I see Ivan Toney as a bench player. Like he's a great starter for Brentford. I don't see Toney as the game changer. I really don't. He's someone who can provide a bit of a difference. But then again, fucking difference. Go get Chris Wood. Do you know what I mean? Go buy Chris Wood. Then he'll
buy 7 million for Wood. Yeah, 7 million rather than 80 million that they want for Toney. Exactly. I think they were talking about 100, weren't they? Because Chelsea and Arsenal wanted Ivan Toney. I think they were like, he's available for 100 million.
They were talking 85 plus. 85 plus they were talking about.
Yeah. What?
No,
what?
absolutely.
And if you look at his goal record, most of them are penalties, by the way.
Yeah.
Can I just say that? It's
that's
not
what
like
I'm saying.
Open play goals. It's majority of them are penalties. So no disrespect to anybody. Fuck yes. Yes, Brentford, disrespect. Yeah. How dare you try to charge 85 million for fucking Ivan Toney?
It is madness. Sorry, Thomas Frank. You're a good coach and I respect you, but no.
No match fitness at all because he hasn't played for 6 months. You can do all the training you want. Nothing is the same as having a game, is it really?
And every month players are getting faster and they're getting a bit more dynamic. And you know what I mean? So again, their fitness is going up whilst you're trying to catch up. By the time you've caught up, we're fucking 15th or some shit. So no,
they're trying to have Todd Bowley's pants down again. I'm telling you now. Yeah, same with 80 million for Mudryk and 60 for.
If you fall for it, we'll be here laughing.
Mate. He's stupid.
We'll be here laughing.
Stupid. He'll fall for it. I think our transfer policy is trying to get under 24, 23-year-olds, but we need experience. I'm hoping
yeah.
But I don't want that Osimhen either. Like I don't think he's a good enough, clinical enough striker. I don't know. I genuinely don't know who's out there. I don't know who's out there that can finish, and you're like, actually, let's have him. Apart from Isak, I really like Isak for Newcastle.
Isaac's a good player.
Is he really going to leave Newcastle to come to Chelsea? Maybe if we offer him an 8-year contract, he'll be like, okay, I'm sorted for 8 years. But then again, he'll be like,
maybe.
But if he stays and he performs for Newcastle, he'll get a bumper deal anyway because that Saudi money's there.
Yeah.
Why would you leave Newcastle? Do you know what I mean?
And again, let's not even talk about league positions because like obviously Newcastle have a better chance. Yeah. Newcastle have a better chance this season to get into Europe than Chelsea do. But again, like you said, that's going to change.
You say that, but you say that, but we just need some consistency because at the minute, every team needs consistency. But they've got 3 out of 5, possible 5. We've got 9 out of possible. Sorry, 1 win in possible 5. We've got 3 out of possible 5. So we're only a point behind Newcastle. I can't believe I'm saying this.
As it stands. Wow, that is. Do you know what that is? That's incredible. That I'll be honest with you.
Newcastle. So obviously their form has been awful.
Since my curse.
I think Champions League, since your curse, and the Champions League has been a real difficulty for them because they didn't really have a squad. You know, they had that
same problems that Arsenal facing. Yeah.
Tonali got suspended because that was a big money signing. Tonali. Yeah. But then again, would you leave Newcastle for Chelsea? Maybe London attracts him to live in down south, for example. Maybe. But in terms of money, he can make money in Newcastle, bro. Like he stays there, he get a bumper deal.
They can match anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
But I don't know who there is.
There isn't. Like I think I mentioned a couple of episodes ago. I mentioned there's a couple of lads from. I think there's one lad from Benfica. Sorry, I think it's Gyökeres or something like that. But again, 80 million for a player from Benfica. Like what?
Come on, bro. Look at Enzo. He's not even getting in the starting 11. It costs 120 million.
Yeah, I'm glad that Enzo isn't getting that much. By the way,
substituted as well. Like no, because I think what it is with him as well. I think the price tag got to his head and he started feeling a bit cocky.
Yeah,
and he started getting some praises from the pundits. First couple of games were like, oh, Enzo's doing well. He's got a good player in him. Chelsea will do all right. Look at him. And I even said that to you before as well. I was like, oh, he's like a quarterback, picking the ball, passing it here and there.
He was your best player last season. And I said this to you as well. Again, the first few matches when you're watching him, you're thinking, "Oh right, okay, so shit, you've actually got a good player here." And then all of a sudden, shit changed because whether it could be the price tag getting to his head, maybe he just can't handle the Premier League pace and the sort of strength of other players. It's different tactics that he's obviously been asked to play. So but right now, I'm glad that Enzo Fernandez is not getting that game. Not getting a match.
I'm sure you are, but clearly Benfica have pulled their pants down.
Oh no, they're laughing at you, mate. Yeah. And they've shafted you well and truly.
They've charged us 120, and I think 40 or something went to River Plate. And River Plate seem to have these contracts like sell-on fees of like 20-40% or however much.
They're clever, mate, because they're clever.
Absolutely. And this guy that everybody seems to want from Benfica again, he's come from River Plate as well. And it's like, if they sell him for 100 or whatever X amount of money that Benfica is requesting, certain 25 or 30 or 40% is going to go back to River Plate. That's why Benfica's like, let's get as much as we can. So if we want 60 million, okay, we need to get 100 million because 40 is going to go to so-and-so. Yeah. But stupid owners will pay it. But yeah,
they will pay. But I think in January, it's a tall ask. It really is a tall order to get players at that price and who are clearly not proven. And again, who are you going to get from the Premier League? That's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Who'd you buy?
who do you buy? No, serious. That is a serious question. Who do you buy? Like, can you go in for Alvarez? If you could go in for Alvarez, personally, that's the player I would get.
Letting that geezer go, is he?
He won't let him go because he's not
He's
crazy.
the one player who's literally won everything.
Yeah.
Club, and like when I mean everything, he is the one that he's won
every single thing. Yeah,
he's like that N'Golo Kante when we won the Champions League, who had won the World Cup, the Champions League, and so on and so forth. That's Alvarez now. Yeah. He's won everything, and good on him. But like I say to you, in the Premier League, I always think January should be a Premier League buy and swap, or like you buy players from the Prem. Ollie Watkins is a finisher. Villa not going to let him go.
He's a good player. Villa aren't going to let him go at this point in time. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Tottenham, so that's what I mean. They're going to charge an arm. I don't know. João Pedro from Brighton, but again, they'll charge an arm and a leg.
Oh, Brighton, that's what they do anyway, yeah. That's what they do.
Anybody from the bottom half? Brentford? Tony.
Yeah,
but what about, you mentioned Chris Wood from Forest. Maybe, what's his name? Maybe Jimenez, if he gets better service at a team who plays for him.
Possibly, he could be a good player, yeah, because again, with Jimenez, even with Wolves, all he wanted to do was just get into that box and score.
That's it. And he was scoring goals. That's why he got his move to Fulham. But Fulham don't seem to want to play like that. I don't understand why Silva doesn't play to Jimenez's strengths.
That's it. Do you know what? That's a good shout, that, by the way. Jimenez, that is a good shout for either team, for either Arsenal or Chelsea. He's a very good shout.
I would like him to come to Chelsea. Jimenez, I've liked him since he was at Wolves. I was like, you know what, you're a decent player, bro.
I liked him and I hated him at the same time because he always scored against Arsenal. Always fucking scored. So, do you know what? Just join our team.
What about, what's his name,
Score the other way.
West Ham. Who's obviously they're not going to let Kudus go because I like him. Antonio's a powerful
I don't think. I know, but he hasn't been. He's good injured in a couple of seasons. To be honest,
they'll charge a lot. I know, but you only need him to be good for half a season. That's the only thing.
I know, but he's going to take him half a season to get up to speed after being injured for so long. So Kudus, that's a good player. Exactly. But like Kudus, that's another good player. But again, they're not going to let him go. West Ham, David Moyes is doing really well, and
bought him for 40 million. Yeah,
exactly. You can't expect again. So they're buying him for 40 million. If they're trying to let him go in January, they're easily going to try and charge about 70 million for him easily. Right, so again, when you look at the Prem, there's no one really that you can actually go for without spending too much. And again, because of the teams that you want the strikers from, because they're doing so well, they're not gonna even listen to any conversations about it.
Yeah, not enough for reasonable offers. But I go back to the guy. Apologies for that door slamming. Clearly, somebody's very angry in our house. If you heard the house, whoops. But I go back to one player, bro. Like you can bring him in for half a season. You know he'll get you goals. Is Olivier
Giroud.
It's Giroud, bro. I go back to him. Like I don't understand why nobody in the Prem. Let's say like I don't even know an Arsenal, a Villa, a Liverpool. I don't understand why Liverpool don't get him. He will score goals for Liverpool.
Them chances that Darwin Núñez has been missing, Giroud is all over that.
You'd have had a double hat-trick.
Yeah.
Darwin Núñez is like you said.
We'll come back to Liverpool at the end.
All right. But no, for me, I'm hoping obviously to wrap it up on transfer news for Chelsea-wise, I'm just hoping we get a striker. I don't know who we get, but I'm just hoping we get somebody who can put the ball in the net. I don't really need him to be a runner. We've got plenty of people doing that. And I just need a finisher, mate. It's crying out.
Yeah, I agree. When you look in, when I watch Chelsea, I think you've got a decent enough team to do something with, or at least be in the top 6. Yeah. But again, what's letting you down is that Nicholas Jackson and the fact that he just doesn't. I think he's allergic to the net or some shit.
I think so.
Or I don't know what he's allergic to, but again, he just doesn't want to score at all, man. And again, it's frustrating the other players and Palmer.
I think that's what it is, because the other players get frustrated. Then they don't pass to him. They're like, bro, you're not going to do anything.
Can you blame them?
No, exactly. But then the manager needs to pick that up and be like, right, Jackson, you're off, mate, because we're playing with 10 men here.
Yeah, literally, you play with 10. And again, when you got players like quality players like a Palmer, for example, who's looking for that cutting edge pass, if he's not scoring, he's looking for that pass, and Jackson is not there to provide it. I've seen him many times. You've seen him as well in the middle of the pitch. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Bro,
you've seen him do this, and I'm like, shit, this guy's like 20-year-old and he's fucking shouting at people already. Like, it's unbelievable. But for me, looking at Chelsea, just whilst we're on your team, I think a striker you need desperately, and because again, Breuer's not doing it, by the way. Like, can we just move away from? I don't know
whether it's the injury or something. Yeah, like
I don't know what it is.
Put the pride aside and that national pride aside.
Sit down, mate. I've never been a big fan of him, mate. Like even at Southampton.
At Southampton, he was doing bits. He was doing bits
for sure. But then I think because he's gone back to Chelsea into this into a double UCL winners in the history, I think that's got to his head as well. Like, I play for Chelsea now and I do this and I do that. It's like, bro, you haven't done shit. You've been injured for most of your Chelsea career, by the way. Can we just be honest with that? Can we just face reality on that one?
Got a cruciate ligament.
And every time he plays, he's not doing anything. He's either selfish or he's just getting bullied off the ball. And I'm like, well, you are not good enough. You are not good enough.
My brother said this to me, by the way, when he said bullied off the ball. My brother said to me, he's like, where's that Albanian blood? Like, what's he doing?
Yeah.
What is he doing? And I'm like, bro, I don't know. I'm just so frustrated by him right now because I'm expected so much more. Because, like you say, at Southampton, he's scoring. But then again, is that because it's Southampton and you play with a bit more freedom and you're like, I'm a Chelsea player.
You let him loose. Yeah, you let him loose. Whereas here, again, it just doesn't. Again, imagine like Xhaka would never ever be bullied off the ball. If Xhaka gets bullied off the ball, next tackle he's getting a red card just to be like, you know what, fuck you, mate. You're not doing that again. Bro. Yeah, you're not doing that again. But again,
that's what he said. It was actually Xhaka to a T.
But that. But see, this is and sorry, the other player that I think, or a player that you need someone in place of Conor Gallagher, someone better than Conor Gallagher, because I am sorry, right, but I will I will defend my decision to hate Conor Gallagher until the end of time. He is not a Chelsea player, and he's not a Chelsea captain. Like, that is just there, right? You can sit here for 3 hours trying to convince me, and I will never be convinced, because I've seen that guy play, and honestly, it feels like when I watch him play, it feels like this. He's got this sort of like this sense of entitlement. Do you know what I mean? Like, shit, I'm Chelsea captain. Fuck it, hell, I deserve to be here. No, you don't deserve to be there, and I don't know for the life of me why you are there.
I think there's no other option. There's no other options in that midfield, mate. He obviously Chukwuemeka was playing, then he got injured, then Ugochukwu came on. And
he had a couple of games, and that's it.
Caicedo's been awful, but I feel like he's being told to play Caicedo every time. He's not doing anything for Chelsea.
No,
the only thing with Conor Gallagher is just his work rate. He shows more than everybody else.
I know,
but technically he's not good enough. I know, but I suppose in a squad though, for me, like, I like him. I'm not going to lie to you. I like him. I don't know whether I like him because he's working harder than everybody else. He's putting tackles in. Because we're a very weak team. We are all getting bullied off the ball. Enzo, Mudryk, Jackson.
Feathers.
Literally feathers, bro. Like, literally weaklings, all of them. And Conor Gallagher sometimes seems to go in for it. And Reece James would do that, but then Reece James get injured after one tackle. And he's not there anymore. So I read
he's not doing that anymore.
Yeah, Reece James, quick subheading. Reece James, Chelsea were like, we're trying to, trade Reece James for Valverde at Real Madrid. And I was like, who in the right mind is going to take an injury-prone right back for like one of the best young players in the world?
Ancelotti knows football, right? Ancelotti actually knows football.
He's a multiple Champions League winner, so
he knows football. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So he's not going to do that.
Paulie assumes that he can do a swap, but no. Going back to Conor Gallagher, I like his work rate. Technically, he's not good enough. He's not adding enough assists or goals to his game, and that's the thing. So I'm in agreement with you. We do need a better player there, but then again, who? For example, we need experience there rather than just a 21-year-old coming in on an 8-year contract, a young millionaire thinking, I live in London. I live in West London, which is like the poshest part of London to live in. Do you know what I mean? Like SW3 and all these.
You're not thinking about football at that point, right?
Exactly. And that's the thing. That's why you need somebody to come in and just knuckle down and do it. But there just isn't anybody for us. And I just don't know who you buy.
If you're anything like me, my headwear is only New Era caps. New Era is the official headwear provider for NFL, MLB, and the NBA. But New Era caps are not just headwear. They are a global brand of culture, style, and self-expression. I'm a huge fan of rap and hip-hop, and growing up, I used to watch artists sporting the New Era caps. I was mesmerized by the way they used to fit just perfectly. I remember my first ever New Era cap. It was a Blue Jays cap. I lived in Toronto, so it had to be. My favorite from my personal collection is my LA Dodgers. I have 2 different versions, fitted and the 940. What I love most about New Era is the quality of the product is second to none. I refuse to wear any other brand caps when New Era is available. So if you want to dress like your favorite sports stars and musicians, visit the official website neweracap.com and use the code TASHMIKE at checkout for 15% off. That's neweracap.com and use the code TASHMIKE for 15% off.
We need a 27, 28-year-old. We need somebody with experience. and a bit of grit about them, a bit of like, rather than just like fairies jumping around. And
literally,
then just
that's what they are. Yeah, they're getting blown away by wind, man. Like,
we seem to find out of every 50-50 challenge. You're like, what are you doing? Caicedo can't seem to time his tackles, and he always seems to be a yellow card. And I'm like, how are you getting a yellow card every game?
Yeah.
Every game he gets a yellow card.
Lack of discipline,
not even that. I just don't think he can time it. He thinks he's going to get the ball, and he's like a couple of seconds behind. And then he kicks the leg, and you're like, bro, like you're 15 million for this reason. We brought you in to be a CDM. Like, we didn't bring you in to kick legs. And even when you meant to kick the legs, to let them know, like, hey, don't mess around with a Mudryk, you fanny out of the challenge. That's the time when we need you to be the Roy Keane and be like, you took out Mudryk, I'm going to take you out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Casemiro did this best. I think it was James Milner tackled Vinicius Jr.
Yes.
Casemiro went straight to James Milner and we're like, fuck off, you little pussy hole. Now get somebody who's more your weight and height and build. This is Junior, who's built like a leaf and he's quick as hell. And we just don't have anything like that. Nobody backs each other up. So yeah, back to Connor, agreement with you, but I don't know
who at this point in time in January, right? At this point in time in January, because obviously by the summer there will be players that can be available. But yeah, I think that's what you're missing, and your defense has been quite decent recently. I know my boy Badiashile he's sort of had a couple of mistakes in him, which is a bit sad to see. But then again, you know, when you're not getting any protection from your midfielders, what the fuck are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Thiago Silva's the same. Like, you can't say Thiago Silva's a bad defender at all, but if he's not getting any support from his holding midfielders, what the hell do you expect him to do? And again, he'll do whatever he can. He'll put his body on the line like he always does, and that's why he is one of the best out there. And
he's quality for a long time. He has been quality for us, but he's getting on a bit. He's on his last legs now. Like, he needs to be kept around for the experience and let the young lads. But Disasi's been awful for us. I don't know what it is with him, but he's just like, he just seems to celebrate a tackle and he makes 1 in 10, and you're like, come on, bro. Like,
you need to get
a knuckle down. But like, I go back to the Luton game. We're 3-0 up. That should have been a clean sheet. We had the game done and dusted. We've literally got fans doing this. I don't know if you saw that. There was a fan wearing a blue jacket who was going, calm it down. And we're like, why are we not controlling this game now? How are we not controlling this game? We're 3-0 up, and we literally we nearly threw it all away.
I turned that game off after 3-0 because I thought, right, this is the end now. And I just thought, right, I don't want to watch this till the end. And then on the group, I get 2 messages on the group, and it's like Prison Break was one of them. And so I'm like, what's going on here? So I checked the score. It was 3-2. And they had a goal disallowed, by the way. Mm-hmm. They actually had a goal disallowed, so it could have been 3-3 by the end of that match, and that would have been just super disappointing. And I think Pochettino would have gone. I'll be honest with you. I think a match like that, Pochettino would have probably been like, mate, this is your literal final warning. Like, you can't do that anymore. But there you go. You know, you managed to win the game. You got the 3 points. The 3 points that matter at the end of the day. Performance, obviously it has to be sustainable, but you got the results. So same as Luton. Yeah, okay, they didn't get the result, but they had a very good performance for the bottom 3 teams. And you know what? They're actually doing better than the other 2. They're doing better than Sheffield. They're doing better than Burnley. And I'm kind of glad to see it. I don't know what it is. I'm kind of glad to see it. I don't know why.
I think it's the stadium for me as well. You know, like I like to go to it one day. I like to go see my team.
It's the underdogs, isn't it? Yeah.
It's that, and it's also like it's one of those. It's not like the glim and the glitz of like the Spurs, the Emirates, the Old Trafford, Etihad. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you're going through terrace houses, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, here's the
old school.
Because if you go into somebody's back garden and be like, I've just got a football pitch back here, mate, come through.
Well, you literally can't go to someone's back garden and watch the match. To be fair, so just stand on their roof.
Prison Break is called Alfie Gilchrist.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Gilchrist, isn't it? That's right. Yeah, that's right. I'm hearing the name now.
This guy's bringing on Prison Break. But to be fair, Prison Break did all right, you know. He managed to get the last tackle, and then he celebrated. And I was like, you know what, kid? Good on you.
Well done for that particular moment. But so look, transfers. I'll wrap it up on Arsenal, and then we'll move on to some of the other matches as well. For transfers, again, when you sit down and you realistically look at all the options, there isn't many that that they can buy. For us, though, I think say January. I mean, obviously this is wishful thinking, but in January, if we could, we need a left back, we need a holding midfielder to play that Xhaka role. We need another winger for Saka. We need a striker. So that's 4 players.
For 600 million.
For 650 million, without a shadow of a doubt. And don't even get me started. Like, again, don't get me started on like an Odegaard, not replacement, but an Odegaard option. Do you know what I mean? Yes, he plays, but you need someone to come in and maybe not be at that same level, but someone who can carry a little bit of that level that Odegaard provides. So yeah, there's a lot of work to be done. And again, I think you're right. I think we're getting very exposed by different teams and in different ways. And I think, Arteta, has he run out of ideas? I don't want to admit it just yet. You know what I mean? I don't want to admit.
No, don't admit it. Don't lose hope. I think I can say that because I genuinely think he has run out of ideas. I think that's he's very one-dimensional now.
Yeah.
Like I said to you before. But a player that I was just thinking there is probably will do good for you is Solanke. Because he seems to be scoring.
That's a good show, yeah.
You seem to put a lot of touches inside the box, and he's good there. Whereas Chelsea, for example, the reason he'll be good for you, not for us, we don't seem to have that many touches inside the box.
Inside the box, yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's where he's quite good. Those quick little half turns, bang. And Solanke would be a good shot for you guys. But then again, like he's their main guy at Spurs. Going back to what we talked about 10, 15 minutes ago, is for how much? Like 50 million for Solanke, like, realistic. And then they're going to go halfway through the season, less than 50, 60 million, because he's their main guy.
I think. Look, with a team like
the player will push it, but it depends on contract length. And,
yeah.
Take a look. It depends on the individual as well.
With a team like Bournemouth, and obviously knowing that they're not really going to, break the top 10 by the end of the season, I think in the region of like 40 to 50 million, I think I'd be okay with Solanke, to be honest with you. But anything more than that, I think it's well overpriced. And again, Bournemouth, they're not stupid. At the end of the day, it's a business. They're not going to just be like, shit, you want to try to take our best player like halfway through a season and for that money? No. It's going to be 85 million if you want him right now. Or you can wait until the end of the season. You can get him for 40 million. But that's too late.
But then it's too late. Another season trophyless.
That's another 4 months, 5 months away. I don't care about that moment. Do you know what I mean? In May or in when is it? Next August or whatever the fuck. No, we need that player right now to make that difference. So, look, for me personally, what I would buy is obviously striker is my number one priority. If you can't get a striker, then try and get a winger that can jump in that Saka role, because Reece Nelson ain't doing it. Emile Smith-Rowe clearly not trusted by the manager because he hasn't played many games at all. Even when we have no options, he's still not getting a game. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. That he's not filling me with hope. And I know there's a lot of Arsenal fans and the podcast that I listen to, they always praise Emile Smith-Rowe and like this and that. I'm just sat there going, what the fuck are you guys watching? What are you watching? Can we just be realistic? Look, I've got my loyalties to my team, as you do.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm fucking fully realistic when I'm watching my team and they're not performing. And Emile Smith-Rowe comes on and he's got a couple of little turns, and I'm like, okay.
No one's near you, bro. That's in the middle of the
Can you go
box.
forward? Yeah, can you go forward, please? Or make that forward pass. Don't go sideways. Ah, shit, he's gone sideways. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
So I think striker is main priority. If not, then they have to get another winger or someone who can just jump from the wing to that centre forward role. But frustrating.
It is frustrating. I read somewhere that Emile Smith-Rowe and certain other players, I think Nelson and a few others, are not for sale unless there's some crazy offers coming in for them. But nobody's going to do crazy offers for players that are not playing. Do you know what I mean? Crazy offers come for people who are in the starting 11 for the team. Yeah. So I can't see that happening. But I agree with you. You definitely do need a striker. You might a CDM, obviously. Where's Partey? Is he on loan, or what's happened to him?
No, he's injured. He's not even going to AFCON. I think Ghana's dropped him from the team. I was going to say, it'd be nice sometimes to give him a rest. Give Declan Rice a rest to have it, because he's exhausted. I felt like last game he was drained. Yeah, I agree.
Saka, and then when they're physically drained, then they can't perform, and you can work them down. I think he's trying to do the whole Liverpool thing, where Liverpool were drained the following season. They won the league that year, and then they were just like off it next year because all the players were.
Take a break, lads.
Well, you couldn't keep that intensity up. You can't keep that intensity up in that starting 11 the whole time, the whole season, every game. And it's the same for Saka at the minute. He's expecting the high intensity, running back, defending as well. Yeah, and you saw against Fulham, he was running back, and then he just wasn't anywhere near up front when you got the ball on the game.
Trying to counter-attack. Who are you going to counter-attack with?
Just sprinted all the way back. Who are you going to counter-attack with?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
No, I agree. I think
striker's
the one, yeah, for sure.
You're gonna have to go for 200 if you want all those players. You're looking at a good 200 million in January.
Oh yeah, if like for like 3-4 players sort of thing. Yeah, but I totally agree. And
I'd say 50 million average per player. Obviously, some more, some less, but yeah.
I totally agree with you. And I don't, again, realistically, I don't think it's going to happen. So I think maybe one player is going to come on, but come in rather than on. And hopefully he'll come in and then come on. So, but look, quickly on that decision against West Ham, what did you think about that decision? By the way, with the ball, was it out? Was it not out? Did you watch it?
I didn't watch the analysis afterwards. Obviously, I was watching the game. I missed the goal because I think I text on group. I was like,
"Oh, defense was shocking."
I was like, "What the hell happened? Like this wasn't meant to happen. Or what did I miss?" That's my thing. Is like,
what did I miss? Yeah, what did I miss?
Come back and I see like 1-0. Or like, what did I miss? And I'll be honest with you, I was chuffed. I was like, "Get in there!"
Obviously, of course you were. Lose every game. Standard.
But no, I didn't see it. But then when I watched bits of it, I think I caught a little bit at halftime, and they were talking about it. And I just don't know how you get. I don't know how you make those decisions. Like, if you're not sure, I literally don't know where you go. My biggest thing is more to do with VAR. Why isn't there cameras all around?
Yeah.
Every angle, or why isn't the goal line technology extended maybe even further? I suppose nobody expected this to happen, but you must have known it might happen. That's why it's one of those things like. Okay, when you're at school, your teacher would do a risk assessment for going out. It's like likelihood of happening.
Yeah.
Severe, not really, not even close. You must do a risk assessment, not a risk assessment, but you must do some sort of assessment of the football pitch where like likelihood of the ball slightly being out and us not being able to see it, high, because
very high.
We're only here. Yeah. And you're like, right, okay, can we not do something there? Can we not? And I just don't. But yeah, I don't know, because this has cost you again. If it was out, it's cost you again. It's really fucked us over again.
I think that there's two frames of that decision where it's like, first frame they showed it, clearly the ball was not out. Right. Not the whole ball was out,
not
right?
Not all of it, yeah.
So I'm okay with that.
I think I saw that bit where the player's leg was up or something. You could see.
That's right. You could see. You could see the ball touching the line or like over the line, and I'm thinking, okay, cool, that's fine, that's cool. But then don't show me the other frame where the ball has clearly disappeared from that line, and then you pull it back and go, oh no, the ball wasn't out. But wait, the ball wasn't out because it was clearly touching the line. But then on the next frame that you showed me, it was nowhere near it. So how are you telling me that you made that decision without being wrong? And what frustrated me more is that, remember that the screenshot that I sent to you from Bein Sport, where they did this digital analysis of the ball. And I'm like, what are you talking about, digital analysis? You could put the ball anywhere. You could put the ball in the back of the fucking net if you wanted to.
Yeah,
you know
what I mean?
You can't put digital analysis on it. It just doesn't work. But I think a chip on the ball. Clattenburg said it well on the during halftime. He said, put a chip in the ball so we know when the ball's clearly going out. You got it for goal line technology. You can do exactly the same thing. You can have a camera which is coming from the corner flag facing the post, and you can have a small camera from the post facing the corner flag. So you've got like a two-way camera. Do you know what I mean? So, you can't see from that angle. Okay, let me switch to the other one. Okay, yeah, it's in or out. That's it.
That's it. Yeah, because it's happened twice.
Literally
now.
that simple. Yeah, twice now.
Twice. Yeah, and that's. But it's a bed.
Look, it was frustrating for sure, but then it's not like our performance warranted us to win that match. So I'm not gonna
the box like 1-0. Yeah, but the second,
madness.
Maybe you could say it could have been different. 0-0. You just
possibly
it's all ifs and buts, because West Ham have to come and attack a little bit more, leave them a bit more vulnerable at the back at 0-0. 1-0, they start defending and just play the counter-attacking football, but. Yeah, no, it's difficult. It is difficult, but I agree with you. Like I said, where would you put the cameras to? Because you really need to be able to see all of it. Somebody must have sat there and gone, do we have any blind spots in this game? Yes. How many? Okay, how do we rectify them? And then get together rather than just go, yeah, let's play. Let's see what happens. Because you can't just see what happens because teams are spending $1 billion to get 3 points.
Yeah, see what happens is not in the vocabulary at all. And the thing is, I understand that obviously you can't put a camera overhead, where the byline is, because it will just be impractical, to be honest. You know what I mean? Where you're going to actually put the camera, how high up do you need to put the camera where it doesn't interfere with, like, if a ball goes up that high, will it bounce back from that pole where the camera is, for example?
Exactly, yeah.
So the best solution is you have a chip in the ball, which you have for the goal line technology, and you have one small camera. Like, you can get tiny little cameras that you can put at the bottom of the goalpost facing the corner flag, and vice versa. Do you know what I mean? And then you've got a two-way shot where you can even create like a 3D analysis, like Bein Sport wanted to create. Do you know what I mean? You create it, and it's like, all right, cool. Right, ball's out, ball's not out, done. That's it. We don't have to fucking waste our time with this. I don't have to be frustrated yet again in the same season by his fucking same decision. So, but yeah, look, let's just move on from that. I want to discuss a bit of Liverpool, but go on.
No, I was just going to say it's in the same year as well, same season.
Same season.
Thing. It's just been like it's been tough for you on this one. I don't know how I'd feel. I think I'd be the same as you if it happened to me, because we desperately need those 3 points. But I suppose every team needs the 3 points. You need them to be challenged at the top. We need them to get out mid-half, mid-table. So.
Yeah, I get it. I get it for sure.
Segue to Liverpool, because one of our friends, when Klopp lost his ring, he was saying, "Oh, they're looking to see where Chelsea are, the little prick."
I thought, before I read that, I genuinely thought it was like that was aimed towards me, where it's like, Klopp's trying to look for Arsenal down in fourth, because obviously we went from first Christmas Day to fourth by New Year's Day, so that was a big drop, by the way. So, but yeah, with Liverpool. All right, look, did you watch the match? I
watched it. Parts of it. I don't think I watched majority of it. I lied. I watched majority of it, but I came on late again until I think 15 minutes in or something like that. I didn't watch it from the start.
What I miss?
What I missed. But it was 0-0, so I didn't bother texting.
You didn't miss shit. Yeah, that's fine.
I was holding the little one. And then that's why the voice notes were coming out, because I was like, I'm not going to do voice notes to these guys because it's not my team, so I don't really care. But I was like, I can't text with one hand.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And I was like, how am I going to do this? I was like, right. But it was a good game. I really enjoyed. It was a good game. It's a good game if Liverpool scored more. Liverpool had all the chances. I hope Mo Salah would have got another penalty or scored that first penalty, the little prick, because it would have got me more points on the FPL. But it's just the only thing that leaves me frustrated with that game is Jota going down at the very end.
Sorry, before we get there. I know. Before we get to that decision, right?
Yeah, long may it continue for Darwin Núñez.
Oh yeah, no, that's hilarious. Oh god, yeah, I don't even want to mention that guy, because again, it's like Nicola Jackson. Like, I don't have anything else new to add about him. It's the same thing. But I think there was a couple of decisions where, again, I just almost lost my rag. And it's not even my team. It's not even my team, Newcastle or Liverpool, right? I don't give a fuck about any of them. But because it's the decision making, and again, it's Anthony fucking Taylor, the bald-headed prick boy in the middle of the park trying to fucking referee this match, which he clearly had no idea on how to do. But that first tackle on Luis Diaz, I don't know if you saw that particular one, where I messaged in the group, I was like, "There's no way that's a penalty." I think you had just missed that. So when you could have texted what I missed, you would have missed that.
No, I think I saw that bit. I think I saw your text as well. I saw your text come through saying it wasn't, because it looked like as if he landed and then he was like, "Oh no, wait, I'm in the box."
Let me take a couple more steps. For me personally, right, the rule should be if the player gets a bit of a knock in the box and he's taken another 2 steps and then he falls down, it's not a penalty. It's not a penalty. I'm not saying book him for diving. It's not a penalty, right? If you want to book him for diving, that's fair enough. But that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if he's taking 2 more steps, that's not a penalty. He's lost that. He's lost that battle against the keeper, against the defender, whatever the hell it is, right? So that's why I never agreed with it. I agreed that there was contact. I'm not saying there wasn't contact, because again, I'm not blind. I could see.
Yeah, but it's a half a contact sport. It's not non-contact.
Exactly my point. Like, what's he trying to do? Like, what's the keeper going to do? Breathe on him? Like, I didn't touch him. Ref, didn't touch him.
Is it? Don't touch him.
Exactly. So no, I that's what frustrated me most, is the fact that Anthony Taylor could have gone to the monitor and seen it and been like, that's a bit naughty, that Diaz. Do you know what I mean? You took 2 steps, mate, and then you fell over. So yeah, I didn't like that. Obviously, Dubravka saved Salah's penalty.
Yeah, karma. Yeah.
Fucking brilliant. Karma, love it. Thank you so much for existing. Obviously, FPL, it fucked my FPL up as well.
Me too,
so, it is what it is. Karma's a bitch.
Silver lining.
There's karma right there. It's working both ways. And obviously, the Jota situation, which, let me hear your thoughts on that, by the way.
The Jota situation, I genuinely don't know what the fuck he was doing. The only thing I can say is he probably triple captain Salah for FPL. That's the only thing I've got here.
I agree.
genuinely don't know, why would he go down? I've never known a player to go down unless he thought, I'll go down, I'll send the keeper off. Because even though our first angle, when you look at it from, I think it was like, as you're watching it from behind Jota, seeing the keeper.
Yes, he's running towards, No.
It seems to be like zero contact. Dubravka, that's right, isn't it? Pulls his hands back, and it seems to be very minimal contact. If anything, it looks more like Jota that slightly extends his foot towards him to make sure that there is
contact. That foot hanging. Yeah, he leaves that leg hanging.
Like sort of there to be wiped out, but like nobody runs with a hanging foot, does it? Really, you're not hopping about, mate. Like it's not fucking a triple jump where you're doing a hop and skip and a fucking.
It's not handicap football, mate. You know what I mean? Like you've got two legs.
And for that, I was disappointed the referee didn't go to the monitor. Again, I was glad because of my FPL stuff, but I was disappointed with the decisions and inconsistency in the decision. Because if that happens against us, I can guarantee, when I say it was against Chelsea, we don't get that penalty. We do not seem to get those penalties. And I don't know what it is. Sometimes referee seems to favour these old school English clubs where there's a huge following. Anfield, well, not so much Man United, but Man United.
Northwest.
Yeah, a lot of the Northwest teams. Yeah, let's go with that.
Sorry, I just had a bit of a cough.
But no, the decision for me was shocking. But I don't know why he would go down. He had an open goal.
There's no reason for him to go down. That was the frustrating part, really, wasn't it? It was the fact that he went down when he had an open goal, but then he still decided to leave that leg hanging and still took another fucking couple of steps, and then was like,
like
mate, how are you falling like that? How are you falling like that? Where Dubravka, visibly barely touched you. Barely touched you. So if Anthony Taylor going to watch the monitors, it'd be like, okay, so Dubravka pulled his hands out. Okay, we've got arms and hands. We've been through this before, right? A keeper will stretch them out, but if the keeper's visibly moving them away from the player and then the player leaves a leg hanging, I'm sorry, but that's not the keeper's fault. That is not a foul on the keeper. That's not a penalty.
That's what I think, yeah. Ashley Young used to do a lot of that. Rashford does a lot of that. A lot of them sort of leg hanging and do it. I think Victor Moses got a penalty for Chelsea against Fulham one time. He saw the player slide out and he just waited there to be taken out rather than attempt to move or attempt, like, sort of, just not stood there, left a leg there to be leg that made contact and kind of go down and in the air. That's it. The arms up in the air, shot in the back.
See, that for me,
I hate that.
If you see a player doing this, then I need to go see the monitors. I need to go, like, nah, mate, who the fuck shot you?
Who
sniped you, bro? Who shot you?
Can we get evacuation? Our police, please.
Honestly, there's a song by Biggie Smalls called "Who Shot You," and literally the song starts with "Who shot you?" Do you know what I mean? So that should be the actual title
around the stadium.
Honestly, but yeah, it was a disappointing decisions from Anthony Taylor yet again, and I don't give a shit if they come out and apologise to Newcastle or whatever it means. Absolutely now, and obviously, you know how I feel about Newcastle this season, especially only this season, by the way.
Yeah.
So again.
Can we leave that in 2023, by the way? Sorry, 2023.
Oh, sorry, that's right. That's right. Yeah, no, that's gone. That's gone. Yeah, that's gone now. That's gone.
Could that be a 2023 thing? I'm just like, you're here for Newcastle. Can you uplift the curtain? Actually, don't lift it yet. We need to get above them because we're a point behind.
Oh, do you? Do you now? Well, guess what? The curse is lifted. No, so obviously, look, for me, Liverpool are probably my least hated team, like, in the Premier League. Genuinely, I know you don't. I know you cannot stand them.
Fans. It's not the team. The team is quality.
I don't even care. Yeah, obviously, I don't even care about the fans.
I can't stand their fans.
Couldn't care less about the fans, to be honest. Yeah.
Just literally, there was one guy going back.
Boys, if you're listening, we're talking about you.
Yeah, we're definitely talking about you and a couple of others as well. So we grew up in a small town, in the northeast. In that town, obviously, you moved out, left the town sooner.
Yeah.
Before I did, anyway. That's the word I'm looking for. Before I did, and there was always some Liverpool fans, these old school Liverpool fans who were like about 5-6 years older than me, and they were like, Liverpool, Chelsea, and this is how they would talk as well. And they'd be like, and since then I just can't stand Liverpool because of the fans. But I love Klopp. I've nothing but praise for Klopp. Business, the way they've done it is right. Sell Coutinho for 150,
incredible.
Bring Van Dijk and so on. Do you know what I mean? Everything is incredible, but I just can't stand their fans. I literally hate their fans.
I think
hate is a strong word, but dislike them.
No, I know what you mean. It's the fan base, isn't it? It's that's the way I feel about Tottenham. That's the way I feel about Man United. Even though Man United have actually got
one. I can't stand Man United.
True, but at the same time, you cannot deny the history in the last 20, 30 years. Do you know what I mean? And that's the hatred
as well. By the way,
well, not in the last 30 years.
As well, and the football under Klopp, particularly under Klopp, has been amazing. That Steven Gerrard moment in the Champions League 05, albeit maybe you can class it as lucky, not lucky, dudek, and so on.
It doesn't matter. It's one of the best.
Do you know what I mean? You win it, and that's
ever,
it. It's one of the greatest finals. Exactly that, and the World Cup final that happened this year with goal galore. So it's just that. And but again, it goes back to the fans, because Man United fans are the same. Man United fans are the same. He's just like, I don't know what it is. It's just something. I can't put my finger on it, but I just dislike the fans, and because of that, then I just want their team to lose every game.
It's been 10 years since, it's coming up 11 years since they won a Premier League. So again, United fans need to get used to that now, because I think it's probably the longest stretch that they went without winning a league.
We knew this was going to happen.
I'm happy. I'm happy with that, because again, they've come back down to earth, and they've seen what the rest of us saw with your Chelsea team way before Abramovich, with my Arsenal team after Wenger left, or during Wenger's last 7 years, for example. So we've seen that. Obviously Liverpool's the same thing, so we've seen that happen, and then it's good to know that they're experiencing the same thing, and I love it. But yeah, with Liverpool, for me, like I said, my least hated team, and probably my second favorite team in the Premier League, to be honest. I just, again,
really?
Klopp, genuinely, I will.
Isn't it?
It's Klopp. It's Klopp.
Yeah, same, bro. I fucking love Klopp.
I love the way he stands there with his hat on and his hoodie, right? And then he's just smiling at the camera, but it's that smile like, oh, you think you're funny, huh? You think you're funny? I'm going to get you.
You know what I also love as well, right? He doesn't seem to get angry when the opposition team... Okay, he gets angry. We saw the moment he screamed at somebody last night. He's like, get back, get in position. Probably at number 38, whatever his name is. Gravenberch or whatever. Gravenberch. I can't stand it. I think he's awful, by the way. Against Man United, he was awful. Last night, he did one good pass to Salah, did nothing all game. And this is another thing. Liverpool fans, you criticise their play. They're like, oh, yeah, where's Chelsea again? 10. I'm like, that doesn't mean anything, bro.
Boys, if you're listening, we're talking about you. We're talking about
absolutely.
you.
That doesn't mean anything. I'm not denying that I'm 10th. I'm denying. What I'm saying is, with my eyes, this player is awful.
Yeah, I got attacked by them too. When I questioned that Diaz penalty call. By the way, I got attacked by them, bro.
I saw.
I was like, oh shit, they're coming to my house.
I was reading through. I was about to comment, what did I miss? But I thought, no.
I was waiting for you to back me up, and I'm just sat there by myself like, I'm getting shot out here. I'm getting shot out here.
The messages were coming faster than I was reading the previous one. So as I was going down, it was just like, at one point I was like, fuck this, press the arrow, take me all the way to the bottom. I just too many to go.
Oh, you missed the whole thing.
Yeah, I missed loads of it.
So I'm stood there like, Rick's going to come and say, nah, was he fucking?
Rick was too busy, because Rick was like 20 messages above you, bro. I didn't even see that happen until later on. But yeah, no, and this is the thing, same with Man United fans, you kind of criticise an Anthony, be like, oh yeah, but where's Chelsea? I'm like, bro, I'm not comparing him to Chelsea. I'm not comparing him to Mudryk. I understand Mudryk is shocking. I understand Jackson is shocking. Yeah. But I can still say your player is shocking.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? I can still say you have done bad business, spending 90 million on Anthony, 70 million on Darwin Núñez, or 60 million or 40 million on whoever this Netherlands player was, number 38, whose name keeps escaping. Gravenberch, yeah. And I'm just like, when you do good business, I say good business, like for so-and-so. But if they're shit. No,
you're right. I think I haven't seen much of Gravenberch to rate him either way, to be honest with you. But again, same as McAllister. Like, obviously, I can't really say, oh, he's been really shit or he's been really good. But it's just been mediocre at best. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's just been like garbage, trash. No, he's just been, as in the present tense. But yeah, look, I think with Man United, real quick, I think they made their peace with Anthony, by the way, and the fact that again they let go of a player like Elanga to bring in. There's another player. If Arsenal can manage to get Elanga as a winger for Saka, as a
that's a great shout.
Or as
a
sub,
great shout.
That's the shit right there. I would love that. But anyway, so with Liverpool, yesterday's game again, first half, it seemed like it was going to probably go either way, and then everything changed because they were tired. They really didn't have any more options. Eddie Howe, I think again, same thing. He's hit a ceiling. He can't go any further than what he's been.
Yeah, I agree with you.
He's taken to the Champions League, and unfortunately, look, I'm going to say this at the risk of being shot by Arsenal fans, by my own goddamn fans, right? That, Eddie Howe and Arteta are like, do you know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? I'm doing the visuals because I don't want to say it.
I can see it. And then I can see it. They're there.
Plausible deniability. You get me?
Yeah, that's it. So, borderline the same. Maybe one slightly better with better funding and better team and so on. But
is it a better team though? Like, I mean, okay.
Your Arsenal team is much better.
we've got,
than his.
we've got,
you know what I mean? So,
yeah, you're right. We've
know what I
got,
mean?
we've got some good players, but
apart from a striker, your team, I would say, hands down, is a better team than theirs. I think I would rather have Isak over Gabriel Jesus, though.
Oh, 100%. I wanted Isak in our team way before Jesus. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
I didn't even know Isak existed until, Newcastle brought him, and I was like, why the hell have we not gone in for him?
Yeah,
like I don't need to know. Do you know what I mean? I don't need to know. I'm not working as a chief scout for Chelsea Football Club, because then it's my job to know. You know, I do the podcast, I follow the team, but it's not my job to suggest players to Chelsea to buy if they're not going to. Do you know what I mean? So I don't need to know, but they should know that Isak was out there existing, scoring goals, and you bring in Nicholas Jackson instead. Like, come on, man. But yeah, no, for me, I would partially, yes, agree with you on that. However, the only reason I say Arteta is better is because he came from that Pep schooling. Pep schooling seems to get him to play a little bit better. I think Eddie Howe, seems like you say, hit a ceiling, bro. Like, and are his hands tied because of the Champions League football and obviously the financial fair play? They couldn't really go and buy 20 players that they needed, one for every position. Do you know what I mean? And some injuries as well, don't get me wrong. But it's, again, they're being read. Like I said to you, they won 1 in 5.
Yeah,
I've got a feeling if they stay mid-table this year, Newcastle will look to change, or they'll probably give them a couple of months next season and they'll be like, actually, do you know what, Eddie, thank you very much for your service. You took us to the Champions League. You've done this, you've done that, but we need to go somewhere else. And Mr. Mourinho, they'll probably bring him in.
Hey, look,
Jose,
bro, I'm telling you,
somebody interviewed Jose, right, and said, what do you think of Newcastle? Jose said, I've learned to love Newcastle and its people through Sir Bobby Robson. Obviously he was an interpreter.
What a legend. What a legend. Yeah, of course. Barca, Barca, of course he was.
Like, you know, Jose back in the Prem with that funding.
Oh, and again with that funding and that freedom to like do what the fuck he wants, because you know they're going to trust him.
He'd love Isak as well, by the way. Mourinho's come out saying, I love African heritage play. So in other words, I love black strikers. That's why he bought Drogba for Chelsea. That's why he bought Tammy Abraham for Roma. He says, I just love like black strikers. I know at Inter when he won the treble, he had Milito and Eto. Yeah, he had it. He did. Yeah, as well. So you know what I mean? It's just like. But hey, that's hypothetical.
Jose at Newcastle, that's scary, by the way. That's some scary shit. And if he's given a whole summer as well, that's some scary shit right there. And we should all be afraid. But yeah, look, I think. Do you have anything else you want to add, by the way? Anything in particular? Anything interesting that you've read? Anything that you've heard?
Not really that much interesting, apart from flipping Liverpool might go in for Mbappe at the end of the year because his contract is going to be up. And I was like, is he really going to pick Liverpool over Madrid? I doubt it. If Liverpool win the league this year, maybe. Yeah. But again, he's very much money orientated.
I don't
Liverpool
like that.
going to pay him $1 million a week, 600 grand a week, and Liverpool won't do that. They can't. They've got the funding for it.
It's not worth.
I don't think they'll pay unless. Who's Liverpool sponsored by? Is it Nike? Do they have the Nike tops? Or
Nike,
is it Nike?
No, I think it's Nike.
Nike steps
Nike,
in or something. I don't know.
I'm sorry, but
again, it's a rumor. It's nothing out there to be kind of set in stone.
No, I think with Mbappe, I just don't think he's worth that money, to be honest with you. I probably will get criticised for saying that. Oh, do you even watch football? Yeah, I watch football, and that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. I just don't rate Mbappe like everyone else raves about him. Like I just don't see it. I really don't. I think the guy's ball greedy. In the PSG team, where he's supposed to be the fucking leader and the sort of the marquee player. And again, it's like, okay, what have you done? You won League 1 against fucking Montpellier and fucking Ands and Nice and Nantes and all that shit. Yeah. Like, villagers, these are villagers, fam. Nantes, it is. That's what it is. Like, these are villagers, fam. What are you talking?
Or was that a different team called?
No, it's Nantes, like Nantes.
Oh,
Nantes.
Yeah. Nantes, yeah. Sorry.
And Nantes, sorry. Nantes and Nantes. There you go. I can't even keep up with this village bullshit, man. I'll be honest with you.
I agree with you. I don't think he's a player that I'd really want in my team. I think he's to be honest with you. I think he'll demand a lot of money. He's a Dele Alli for me. Okay, he's got a lot of quality, but the mentality right now is when you're so money orientated, to me, you're a Dele Alli, you're a Neymar. You'll have an injury for. It's like those people at work who have got a bad back and they just wait for a gentle push on their little finger and they're like, "Oh, my back! I've got to be off for 3 weeks."
This and that.
3 weeks they off on here and there. So yeah, I don't want Mbappe in my team. I'd stay away.
I agree with you. Because again,
just all day, every day over Mbappe. By the way, he's got space. He's an Mbappe without the money orientated. Like
without the demand. Yeah.
Rather than let me see how much I can make in my account.
But this is the thing. Like again, I have absolutely no respect for players like that, and because like you said, with Neymar, he had the potential to be one of the greatest players of all time, and I'm sorry, but he doesn't even make it in the top 20.
No, he does. Time, not even close.
Absolutely, yeah, not even close to top 20. I don't even want to say top 50.
When you talk about all time, like it's crazy, like to think of that. And you say he was money oriented, and he left. And I know he can come out and say, "I don't want to be in Messi's shadow."
You should have been in Messi's shadow.
You should have said like what is like the greatest.
Yeah,
you could stay in Messi's shadow, and then Messi left. All of a sudden, then that you become the greatest player. Messi could have made you the greatest for that. You could have won a Ballon d'Or being in that Barca team. But anyway, it is to be. But yeah, man, I don't even know where he went. Like 200 million to PSG or something like that.
Yeah, it was the highest, wasn't it? It was the highest cost or some shit like that. Yeah, 200 or 220 or something.
Spent 150 on flipping Coutinho.
Yeah, well, come on, please. That was some bad business.
Because in the Champions League you can still play. You know, in the Premier League,
you can't play. Yeah. And he scored against them.
He scored two goals against them. I was like, bugs.
Absolute bugs.
I can't stand Barca either. I'd love to see.
They've oh my god, yeah, they've changed to a different style club and differently run, and I just don't agree with the way they're doing business.
That's the thing, isn't it? People at the top kind of like filter down. If you run the business well, you can do that. And I know we praise Brighton owner and all these other players. They've got different expectations. You know what I mean? Like I think personally, I've said it many times, but that's one thing that's fucked Chelsea is the change in ownership. Mm-hmm. Change in ownership is single-handedly the most important thing that has fucked us over.
And you can see now. And you can see the clear difference that an owner makes or can make to a team, or an influence a team in good or bad. Do you know what I mean? And
guys who had Kroenke for so long, he wasn't even involved, not even coming to games. Then his son was like, "Dad, I assume he said this, not that I was in the room.
No, of course, yeah.
Dad, I want to take over Arsenal and I want to do what I can do with them." And he's getting more hands-on with their due, providing the finances, making sure the money's well spent. He came second last year. Like obviously,
a little bit of that change. Yeah,
expect, by the way.
No, I agree. I totally agree with you. And again, so looking at the bigger clubs real quick before we bring this to an end, like Real Madrid, you know, say whatever the hell you want about them, whether they have a good season or a bad season, that they are run in a certain way. And Perez is like, nah, mate, I need to win Champions Leagues. Yeah. Like I will make that happen. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not going to sell parts of my stadium to fucking Spotify and change my whole, Camp Nou, Spotify. It's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking? Where is your pride? Where is your self-respect? And that's why I've genuinely lost respect for Barcelona. And obviously my dad's a big Barcelona fan, and I just say to him now, I'm like, he goes, "Oh, they've lost again." I'm like, I don't know why you're actually surprised. Have you seen their fucking players? Oh, Araujo or whatever, Araujo or whatever the fuck. Who the hell is that guy? Who is that guy? Stop it. Like 2 seasons ago, I was watching him with my dad and just cursing him because it's like, you are an awful player. And then all of a sudden he's become like the top 10 defender of fucking in Europe or some shit. How has he done this? He hasn't done this. Let's not even kid ourselves. But yeah, look, well, these are conversations for a different day. I'm just getting frustrated with like childhood teams that obviously, I know you were Real Madrid.
Like, yeah, I know I was Madrid, you were Barca and so on and so forth. But like, it's still, you respected Barca back then. You respected Barca because obviously there's no sponsor on the shirt and they're filling the 90-something thousand seater stadium, and you knew Camp Nou. You went to Barcelona, you went to visit Camp Nou, not Camp Nou Spotify. No. And it's just that kind of stuff. And you're right, when you say whatever you want about Florentino Perez, he has Real Madrid's interest at heart. No matter what he does, everything he does for Real Madrid.
It's for Real Madrid.
This separate league that they're trying to start? Yeah, it's for the Real Madrid, because that means more money for Real Madrid, more money to spend on other players for Real Madrid. And that's all it's another way to get around a financial fair play, because it's like a little bit like in racing, like we talked about, and everybody trying to be the same. Sometimes it's okay, it's good because you see good racing, see up to the driver, but everybody finds a loophole. Look at Red Bull. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And so on and so on. And that's what Madrid are doing. That's what Chelsea will try and do. That's what Arsenal, everybody will try and be like, actually, I don't want to be on the same limit as Leeds or same limit as Burnley who've come up. Do you know what I mean? I want to make sure I can spend, because I need to compete with City. And if one person finds a loophole, everybody wants that same loophole to gain that advantage. So, yeah, say what you want about him, but he's got Real Madrid at heart, and he'll do everything he can for Madrid.
It shows as well. He'll bring in managers like, oh shit, I'll let Ancelotti go like 3 times. Fuck, I'll bring him in again because I know he's going to win.
That's it.
He has done. And
he has no ego for that as well. Like, he's kind of like, no, I got rid of you. That's it. It's kind of like, no, I need you, so come back.
I need you. Please come back. I'll give you whatever you need, but I need you to win.
I was wrong. Come back, and he comes and wins the Champions League.
Done. Simple as. But okay, then last thing then on ESL, I don't want to get into too much detail about it. Are you pro? Are you?
To be honest, I'm pro for it now. At the minute, I'm pro.
Yeah.
I'm pro. Reason for it, I'm pro is like I just want to watch good football.
I want to watch some football.
I just want to watch some quality. I love Champions League, and I love Champions League when it's like knockout stage. I'm like City, Madrid, Liverpool, PSG, Bayern, whoever. Do you know what I mean? That's what I want to see.
That, yes.
I don't really want to watch Copenhagen versus Man United. I'm like,
God,
this week I'm not bothered about watching it.
I just don't want to see Anthony dancing around fucking Copenhagen players and then falling over and like doing now. But yeah, look, with ESL we'll have another discussion about that on a different podcast, because obviously there's some. I like the way that they've laid it out, and it just makes so much sense. It's effectively a league. It's a league. It's not just. It's not like an American closed league where no one can go in or out. Do you know what I mean? I don't like. But the fact that it's properly.
No.
64 teams.
They've made the changes. Perfect. That's it.
Love it.
And you can kind of promote and relegate rather than, what happens when you lose? It literally the Ted Lasso thing, isn't it? Wait, so you get a point, there's a draw? Wait, nobody gets relegated?
Yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff.
That.
Like, you get relegations, like shit.
I love the relegation, promotion, all of it. And again, like I said, we get to see great teams.
It's the underdog, isn't it? It's the underdog story. We love that as well. So, yeah. Good.
Imagine like a Girona winning it one time just randomly because they got promoted and they won the ESL, and you're thinking, what the fuck is going on?
How the fuck did that happen? Well,
I want to see
Leicester winning the league, and everybody was like, Leicester won it. We still talk about it to this day. So, yeah.
To this day, yeah.
Maybe Villa might win it this year.
Well, I don't think so. I think City are going to smash them. I think Liverpool obviously doing really well. So yeah. But look, Rick, we'll obviously come back at some other point. I know obviously you're busy with the little ones for the time being. However, if we make time, we can do that.
Come back at the weekend, absolutely. Like it'll be fine. Like the little ones in a routine now, everything is good. So we can come back and we can start getting in a routine as well. Yeah. And but the weekend, It's FA Cup round, 3rd round this weekend. So should be see if there's any surprises. Any underdogs beating the top dogs. But
I'm sure there will be. I'm sure there will be.
This will be a decent game.
But
before you go, then we've got Preston, so there's no point me giving a prediction against Preston. But you've got Liverpool, so what are you thinking at the Emirates?
At the Emirates, I just hope that it's not going to be an embarrassing loss for Arsenal. But again, as much as I want to be confident, my brain is not allowing me to be that confident to beat Liverpool. So I think it's going to be probably like a 2-1 or a 3-1 Liverpool, and it's going to be just
shit.
Oh God, I've talked so much shit about him. He's going to get that hat trick, right? He is. So, but yeah, obviously, look, if you want to jump on during the for the remainder of the week, I'll be free. If you have some time and we can discuss some other things, not just football.
Yeah, we can do that. Absolutely, we can do that podcast for the England All-Time 11. Which is probably since
2024. We said 2024. I know we did. I know we said that. Didn't we say that?
But anyway, on that note, send us that, brother.
No, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening and for bearing with us, and we will catch you on the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay alert.